I'm Isaac Barnes. I'm the CEO and Vice President of Eminent IT. Today I'm going to show you something that we just came out of stealth with. We've been working on this for over 2 years now, and we're really excited about it. We think it's going to be groundbreaking and revolutionary in the field of application development, and specifically rapid application development. So today I'm going to show you our software solution and show you how you can build applications for the web or mobile devices. Rapid application development, for those that don't know, it was created as a way to build applications faster, right? So companies develop different tools that allow you to build web applications faster and quicker. But what ended up happening was, after these tools were built and actually put out into the wild, people found that they were only slightly faster than traditional development. And a lot of times they were limited in the type of solutions that they could build. Because of that, most projects in the software industry fail. They fail for various reasons. In our experience, we've seen software fail for not being complete, for being insecure and being deployed later than expected. They fail for various number of reasons, and the tools that were created for software development in the past weren't really addressing these issues. So a little bit about myself: I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and my partner and co-inventor, Jose Risi, he is a Marine as well. We both served in the Marine Corps right after 9/11. We were trained by the Marine Corps to be computer programmers and technologists. So we were implementing systems for the entire Marine Corps to leverage. We were also put in various leadership positions as Marines, training other Marines, leading other Marines. And through this experience, we realized that we can make a difference in the world, and that we had to be fearless in wanting to make that change and wanting to see changes happen. So in 2013, we were down at a conference in New Orleans listening to former President Bill Clinton. And one of the things he said really stood out to us. He said, "We cannot build our own future without helping others to build theirs." And that simply just means you have to help others be successful in order for you to be successful. And we took this to heart, and we ingrained that into our thought process when we were building out our software solution. Here's a quick video. This is a Keep Urban concert. It was back in 2012, but I picked this video just to highlight how you can transform different venues to be leveraged and used for different usages. And we took this concept of reuse and integrated this into our software solution. So as you'll see in this video, they were able to take a hockey rink and transform it into a performance arts stadium that could house thousands of people, leveraging the exact same infrastructure that was there and that was in place. But instead of having to build everything from scratch, they were able to just focus on the pieces that they needed to modify and to change in order to transform it into a new experience. And we kind of took this whole concept of performance arts and integrated this into our systems architecture to make it easier to build applications, to make it more secure to build applications, and to make it scalable. So as you can see, they were able to go from an ice rink to a stadium with thousands of people filling the arena, and they were all entertained and able to enjoy the performance. And our inspiration came from this idea of being able to transform an existing architecture into a whole new experience and do that over and over and over again. So some of the biggest issues that we wanted to address in software development and rapid application software development is that even with these new tools, software development still takes forever today. And because it takes forever, a lot of times organizations run out of money. They stop funding those projects. People lose interest in the project. By the time it actually gets deployed, people no longer even have a need for it because requirements have changed, regulations have changed, and just the way people do business have changed. Another issue is that once those solutions are in place, the maintenance of it is extremely expensive. It costs a lot to have people on site and maintaining these systems and making modifications. And another big issue is that the source code that developers are creating, because there's limited budget and because the process of building software takes forever, they aren't focused on security. So a lot of times solutions get deployed into a new environment and they're insecure, which creates majority of the vulnerabilities that you see and hear about in the news. So we wanted to take a completely different approach to software development. And by combining ideas, new ideas, innovative ideas, an organization's goals and an organization's data, either internal data or external data, and then our platform, we're able to help organizations rapidly build secure applications and dashboards for the web and mobile devices faster than anything else on the market, right? So we did that by creating a modern application development environment, right? We created a front end that's user friendly, easy to use. Anybody can pick it up with an hour or two of training. They can learn how to create apps and deploy those apps. And then we also built a middleware that is secure and make sure that the front end is flexible and that the front end can send data back to our data warehouse. So by default, by leveraging this made platform, which is called Revamp, by the way, an organization can pull data from various different sources and leverage that in their front end. And I'll go into this more detail in the next slide. So traditional web development, when you're building application using traditional methods and traditional tools, the first step that you do, you plan and you document, right? So you're creating requirements documents, you're creating design documents, all of these different documentation. And that usually takes a while to get through that phase. Depending on the size of the project, it can take up to 6 months just to get through that planning and documentation phase. And then once you're done with that, you go into the design phase. And in the design phase, you have designers designing, and then they come up with their mock-ups and wireframes and screens for the developers. And then the developers take that and they build out the front end, the middleware, and the back end. And this can take anywhere between 3 months to 2 to 3 years to actually do that front end, middleware, and back end portion of the application. And then once all that's done, you have to do testing of all of that and making sure everything's working, fully functional. And then you have users tested, you have developers tested, you have testers tested for quality assurance. And then after all that's said and done, then you have to do a deployment, which means you're just publishing that application so that other people can actually start using it and start accessing it. This whole process is what makes software development cumbersome because you're doing it all from scratch each time. That creates vulnerabilities throughout the system and throughout the environment. So we have created Revamp as a new way of doing software development. We allow you to start at, instead of 0% with traditional web development, you start at 60 to 80% of your application pre-built and pre-created that you can design on top of to customize it and create your exact solutions that you want. So we handle the front end, we handle the middleware, and we handle the back end. All your people have to do is design your application, create your workflow, and establish your users and identities and security, and then do some quick testing of that, and then press a button to deploy it, right? So in traditional development, you had to do all of this. We give you a building block and a foundation to build on top of. And because of that foundation, we're able to create and help you create applications 80 to 200 times faster than traditional methods. So the biggest reason why we're able to see those levels of increase in productivity and development timeframes is because we remove coding and programming from the creation process of building applications. So in traditional tools, like you see on the left, these are desktop-based tools that require you to do coding to actually build a web application or a dashboard. In Revamp, you can build applications in the browser without writing any code, and then we generate the dashboards for you automatically, and you don't even have to worry about that process. So I'm going to show you quickly how this all works. I'm going to log into our website, which is revampon.net. This is a development version of Revamp that's available on the web right now. So here's our login screen. Once I click the login button, I'll be taken to the initial dashboard. So I created a sample CRM application just to showcase the functionality of the app. So if I click on this company CRM, this will take me to the dashboard for this individual application. You can see the activity that's occurred on this application. This shows you a combination of submissions and views that have happened over time. And this dashboard is created for you automatically and auto-generated. So if I click on add entry, I'm able to go in and actually view my application. So here's a simple CRM application that I was able to design all in Revamp without writing any code. And it has two features, uh, the ability to add an opportunity and the ability to add an account. So if I click on add an opportunity, the opportunity form will come up, right? So on this form, I'm able to enter in data. You see there's text fields and there's also date fields, date pickers. And you can also upload files in this app. You can save it and add the data. You also have the ability to add an account. So if I click on add an account, it'll take you to the add account screen for this application. And it's the same concept. So you see there's drop downs in this, and you can have unlimited options in your drop downs. And we've created a builder that allows us to create these types of applications on the fly. So it's not just a CRM system. This is a dynamic system that can create any type of application or database all in the web, and it's secure and locked down. So if I go back to the application screen, which is in my admin panel, and I click on edit application, you'll see that I'm actually able to go in here and modify this application, which makes maintenance of the application and modifying and making changes and sustaining the application 100% easier than any other application platform that you've used before in the past. So in this, I have my stages, and you can see in here, if I drag this application, in this application, I'm able to move and reconfigure how things are laid out, and it's really easy to do. These areas right here are called sections, and inside these sections, there's objects. And then if you go to objects, you can see the different types of objects that you can add. So having a builder like this in the browser that allows you to modify and create new applications all on the fly makes it that much easier and that much more rapid to build applications. And we also integrated a security panel in here that allows you to control which users have access to your applications. And then there's also roles that you can set to group users together, and you can control which privileges those roles have over here in the security dashboard section. So in this system, you have a lot of functionality. We don't have time to go over it all today, but I just wanted you to see how simple it is and how easy it is to build applications inside of Revamp. So like I said, you can develop and design all online. You don't have to go to a desktop. So that gives you the ability to edit an application from a tablet, or if you're away from the office and you want to modify something, you can just log into your URL and do that. So the way we're able to do this is by leveraging Revamp's secure dynamic structure, right? So inside of Revamp, we've created a hierarchy of objects. At the base of that hierarchy is the cores layer. The cores layer just contains all the objects throughout the system and allows you to segregate content throughout an organization. And then there's applications. Inside an application is all your content. That's what your users interact with when they're logging into your applications and viewing your applications. And then after applications, there's stages. Stages are just virtual pages. They're a virtual representation of what a page is in HTML or web development. And then there's grips. Grips are groups of objects. This is how we group objects that are contained in the stage. And again, like I said before, this is inspired by performance arts. So you see stages, the concept of a stage, you see the concept of a grip. So in a stage in performance arts, you usually have objects, right? So, and those objects can be instruments, they can be people, they can be props, they can be anything. So we brought that concept, and they're called object sets inside of Revamp. And We store objects and all of their properties. So if you had a checkbox, right? And that checkbox has a value, and that checkbox can have validation. All that's stored inside the object sets. This hierarchy allows us to obfuscate the data and keep everything secure. So when people view the data outside of its context, it does not make sense. So that adds an additional level of security to the applications. So inside of Revamp, we built a data warehouse. In this data warehouse, we can pull in data from any source, whether it's semi-structured data, unstructured data, or structured data. And on the left-hand side of this slide, you see the different types of data, and these are just some examples of the types of data. Pretty much any type of data an organization has, we can pull that data into Revamp and then allow you to manipulate and build applications that talks to that data and interacts with that data on the front end. So Revamp is perfect for secure data collection. If you have a need in your organization to collect data from internal or external users, Revamp is perfect for that type of scenario. And then also it's perfect for allowing you to do analysis on that data. So you can do predictive analysis, you can do location-based analysis on your data, you can do historical analysis on your data. And because it's a data warehouse, there is no limit to the type of data and the type of analysis you can do, which increases and improves your ability to make decisions and enhances your analytical capabilities as a company or as an organization. Outside of data collection, we also created it so that it's perfect for digitizing paper-based processes and paper-based forms and documents. So if your organization or business has paper-based forms or applications that you're using today or documents that you're using today to collect data or to store data, Revamp is perfect for allowing you to modernize those processes and bringing them online for your users to leverage. And then also, once all that data is in there, you have the ability to monitor that data anywhere because Revamp is available. If you have it on premise, then if you have access to your network, you'll be able to get it. If you leverage the cloud and this is deployed in the cloud environment, then you can access your data anywhere. Once you log in, all your data will be accessible and visible to you. So, in a nutshell, Revamp allows anyone to create secure enterprise-grade applications and dashboards at game-changing speeds. And like I said, 80 to 200 times faster than traditional development methods. And we are going to get that faster. We are focused on making that even faster. So 5 years from now, we could be at 1,000-time increases in speed and security for applications. So like I said before, I'm Isaac Barnes. I appreciate you watching this video. And if you have any questions or want to learn more about Revamp and how it can be leveraged in your organization, on our website, we have a contact form on there, and you can reach out to us via that, or you can call us or reach out to us on Twitter. So again, thank you, and I appreciate you taking the time to learn about Revamp and reach out to us if you're interested in working with us. Thank you.